मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ, पल दो पल मेरी कहानी है, पल दो पल मेरी हस्ती है, पल दो पल मेरी जवानी है। मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ।
गुड मॉर्निंग, मैं हूँ सीमा फ्रॉम रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड एंड एसएनएस डिजिटल मीडिया यूएसए। जैसे कि हमने कहा, हमारा रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड एक ऐप है जिसके लिए आपको किसी भी फ्रिक्वेंसी की सीमा में बंधने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। देश के और दुनिया के किसी भी कोने से जब डाउनलोड ऐप ऑन iOS और एंड्रॉयड रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड और सुनते रहिए आपके अपने और हमारे मनपसंद गाने। तो हमारे शो का नाम है जान पहचान, लेकिन हम आज आपकी जिससे जान पहचान करवाने वाले हैं उनको किसी जान पहचान की जरूरत नहीं है। हमारी टीम है जो कि ACL यानी अटलांटा क्रिकेट लीग और जॉर्जिया क्रिकेट लीग ACL और GCL की। तो सबसे पहले मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करवा दूं आपको हमारी टीम रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड की। तो हमारे साथ हैं बलजीत RJ बली और है हमारे साथ स्वाति RJ स्वाति। तो RJ और बल्ली मेरी टीम में है और हमारी अपोजिट टीम में बहुत सारे हमारे महान क्रिकेटर्स हैं, हमारे लोकल क्रिकेटर्स हैं। तो जैसे कि आप सबको याद है, अभी हमने थोड़े दिन पहले एक थोड़ा सा दिल टूटने वाली खबर सुनी कि हमारे माही, हम सबके माही, हमारे एक्स कैप्टन कूल इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट से रिटायरमेंट ले रहे हैं, विदा ले रही हैं। तो वो बल्ली जैसे बहुत सारे लोगों के दिल टूट गए थे, लेकिन आपको परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है। उन्होंने बाय बाय कहा है ब्लू जर्सी को। येलो जर्सी में वो अभी भी हमारे साथ रहेंगे और हमारे लिए खेलते रहेंगे। तो चलिए ज्यादा देर ना करते हुए मैं आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करवाती हूँ हमारे सचिन। नाम ही काफी है ना। हाँ जी, हमारे लिए वो अटलांटा के सचिन है और सचिन हिमसेल्फ इज अ क्रिकेटर और वो अपने साथ लाए हैं पूरा अपना एक पैनलिस्ट हमसे टक्कर लेने के लिए। तो सचिन, ओवर टू यू, वेलकम टू द शो, प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस योर टीम।
थैंक यू सो मच सीमा जी। जैसे सीमा जी ने कहा कि मेरा नाम सचिन है, बट मैं सचिन तेंदुलकर बिल्कुल भी नहीं हूँ। I do not want to be him because there is only one Sachin Tendulkar. However, when I was growing up, I was teased with that. So to get a humor out of it, I started saying, "Hi La, hi, I have got the visa power. Now you go get it." So just to get on a humor note, that's what I have learned. My association is with the cricket is through ACL and CCL. CCL is just say ACL. Seema ji ne aapko bataya, Atlanta Cricket League. It's the premier cricket league in Atlanta. Started in 2007, running 13th year this year. And CCL is Community Cricket League. You will be hearing a lot about ACL, so I just wanted to make sure that our viewers understand what ACL stands for. As a cricketer, I have enjoyed my time in Atlanta, and I have seen, like, the passion for the cricket and the cricket lovers. It's just skyrocketing in Atlanta, and that's why I have a team of 6 panelists who have been associated themselves somehow or another cricket as a player or as a Deepak Jagga, who is the captain of the team Georgia Strikers, who plays in ACL. Deepak, over to you. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audiences? Deepak, you are on mute.
Thank you, Seema ji and Sachin, giving me this opportunity. I'm glad to be here. As Sachin said, ACL यहाँ के बहुत premier league है, and we have been associated with. I have been associated for Atlanta, living my dream here, playing cricket again after so many years gap. And really thank you ACL for that, to organize such a great league. We have our own team, Georgia Strikers, and been playing passionately here. And as I said, as we are here to talk about MSD, I'm glad to be here. Over to you, Sachin.
Thank you so much. And let me add one fun fact that Georgia Strikers and I play for the team Army, and we have played against each other quite a number of times. It has been pleasure with playing against Deepak. And when you talk about Deepak and Georgia Strikers, you have to talk about Somil, who is one of his in the Georgia Striker team itself is a very good bowler, a fast bowler. So Somil, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Sachin. Hello, good morning, everyone. I mean, I need not to say when we talk about cricket, but from my point of view, or rather me as an individual, I have played a lot of professional cricket back in India, like a famous under-16 tournament, represent Rajkot and Saurashtra. Played quite a lot Tata Sons, and then continue my dream in UK. I played from Oxford Club, and now here in US, it's at a lot place like Chicago, Minneapolis, etc., mainly in the Midwest, and now it's in Atlanta. I'm glad to be here, and definitely I'd like to share my views on MSD, one of the greatest personality in cricket right now. Thank you, Sachin. Over to you.
So Sachin, before we move to next player, let's introduce our sponsor because he has to leave. And I think you are in his team, right?
Nitin Bhai. Let me talk about a little bit of Nitin Arora. He's sponsoring our team, Army team, and he's also sponsoring the show as well. So Nitin needs no introduction, but somehow, Nitin, over to you.
Thank you, Seemaji, Sachin. Hey everyone, Nitin Arora. Both me and my wife, we are realtors with Keller Williams SNN team. Have been associated with cricket. I like to play cricket. I'm not like as professional as these guys. I just go and try to practice wherever I can. Have been trying to sponsor whatever help we can do towards our Atlanta cricket leagues. So ACL, as Sachin mentioned, SNN team. We sponsored Army team. It's an honor and privilege. And also the Georgia Cricket League, TCL. So yeah, whatever we can help, trying to do that. And yeah, over back to you, Sachin.
Thank you. Thank you, Arwa. For everybody, like he's the sponsor for this show also.
Yeah.
So thank you, Nitin.
Thank you, Seemaji.
And let me add a little bit. Nitin, he's saying that just sponsor and all that. No, he's actually a player as well, and he's a good bowler. I've faced him in the practice net sessions, stuff like that. So he's just being humble. Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you, Sachin.
Let me go over our next panelist, Charit Dhawan, and he is joining us from Dallas. Yes, guys. As you can see, that cricket is a binding force which has no boundary. I mean, not the cricket boundary, guys. It's a geographical boundary I'm talking about. Over to you, Charit.
Thank you, Seemaji. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you, everybody, for giving me this opportunity to come and join you guys. As you have already said, that my name is Charit Dhawan. I'm a cricket enthusiast. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. I have closely followed cricket through my life. And it will be my pleasure to participate in this conversation around Dhoni and share my thoughts and experiences about a few interactions I had with him. Like every Indian young kid, I have played cricket. When I came to Dallas about 15 years back, we used to play. It was not a professional cricket at that time. There were some small time teams, not like the clubs which you have now. But yeah, that was at the time when I was young and I still used to play. But yeah, I'll be happy to share my thoughts with you guys, and feel free to ask me any questions you have.
Let me guys tell you a fun fact about Charit. Guys, he has shook hands with all the major cricket players. You can talk about Sunil Gavaskar, you can talk about Sir Vivian Richards, Ravi Shastri, and our own Mahi as well. So Charit, thank you for giving us opportunity and bestowing your presence to the show. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine.
Connection with Dhoni, right? Through him.
Was it no, was the question for me? No, I do not have any direct connections with MS Dhoni. Please don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, my friends, they know him, and through my friends, I know him. And I have got a chance recently. I also met Virat Kohli, Yuvraj Singh, many other the players as well. So yeah, I would love. Sorry.
So it's equation: A is equal to B is equal to C. So through you, we are connecting to Dhoni.
Yes.
Yeah, I see Seema ji is saying that we will be seeing Dhoni from your lens. That's what we will be doing today.
It will be my pleasure.
Next, we have Anj, and boy, he has multiple roles and his contribution to ACL. He is, a sponsor, a player, a volunteer. So, Anj, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you, Seema. It's a pleasure to be on this show. I know everybody is enthusiastic to share their views and perspectives and what MSD has contributed for cricket overall, not just for Indian cricket. But coming to Atlanta, been here 20 years, associated with every cricket organization in the city and in the state, be it ACL, been part of ACL since inception, and been sponsor for other leagues, charity organizations. And we had the pleasure of being part of USA Cricket as well, sponsoring some of their national tournaments. And it's glad to contribute. It's more so cricket is a passion for Future Tech as a company. So that's where our contribution and support for cricket in the US stems from. And we're happy to be here and continue to be part of cricket.
That's awesome, Anj. I mean, yeah, definitely without sponsor, I'm not sure whether we will be as successful as we are today. Next, we have Kiran, who's been a trustee of Atlanta League. Kiran, go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kiran Manchikanti. I'm more of a cricket enthusiast and a volunteer. And my identity goes hand in hand with Atlanta Cricket League. As you mentioned, I'm a trustee of Atlanta Cricket League, and I'm going to spend more time talking about it. But as our commentators say, right, it's a gloomy weather. It's a nice day to talk about cricket over a cup of tea. So I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Kiran. Next, we have a gentleman. I want to say, if you are in Johns Creek and if you are a cricket enthusiast, you might have heard his name, Shafiq Jadavji, who is the founder of Johns Creek Cricket Association. So Shafiq, go ahead.
Great. Thank you for your kind words, Sachin. Good morning, everyone. Honored to be part of this panel conversation and celebrate cricket, and especially a person that has made a tremendous difference, not only for cricket in India, but also globally. So I am a resident of Johns Creek in Georgia. I've been blessed to be part of the cricket scene from a very young age. I have played cricket, continue to play cricket. At the same time, most of my cricket has been New York cricket, so I'm a former New Yorker. I lived 30 years in New York and played a lot of West Indian cricket. Currently, my goal is to promote the sport of cricket in Metro Atlanta area. So as part of Johns Creek activities, our goal is to make Johns Creek into a destination city for the sport of cricket in the Southeast USA. I'm the president of Johns Creek Cricket Association and look forward to having many more opportunities to build infrastructure and further the sport in Metro Atlanta. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, this is RJ Bali, live from Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bengaluru.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding. I moved from Bangalore last year only, and I'm a big cricket enthusiast and big fan of RCB. And I used to go and watch all cricket matches. So while I was moving here, I was wondering what I'm gonna do here. I mean, I'm a big cricket fan, but you know, after looking you all, and I'm sure I'm not gonna miss IPL because ACL is here. So yeah.
Awesome.
And welcome to our show. Welcome you all.
Thank you so much. Swati, do you want to go?
Hi everyone, this is Swati Vamshi and I'm live from St. Louis Cricket Stadium. Just kidding, not. Very happy to meet you all guys. Very happy, and let's enjoy our segment. Over to Sachin ji and Seema ji.
Thank you. This is about Mahi, and I wanted to get your opinion on like what you think about Mahi in few words, and maybe you can elaborate more as well. Somil, over to you.
Thank you, Sachin. So, I mean, we all know Mahi as, and there are a lot of, kind of identity for him. Maybe Captain Cool or best leader and tons of, right? But I mean, when I see him as a sportsman, right, and basically he started as a sportsman, right, as a cricketer before he reached to the captainship or leadership role and etc. I mean, he has something called, sixth sense, or when we talk about, something called sixth sense, right, his risk-taking capabilities, or I would say calculated risk-taking capabilities, and, the self-confidence in his own decision is one of the things, which helped him to be a very, very successful cricketer and a sportsman. So when you say about risk-taking capabilities or, confidence in himself, right? I mean, who would be, give and ball to a person in ICC, first 2020 final, he doesn't bowl anything. You have Harbhajan Singh, just standing in the line, ready with the ball in his hand, and you said, hey, you leave it aside. I'm giving it to Joginder Sharma. And that was the difference, right? I mean, look at the confidence, what the confidence here that what I'm doing is something new. I caught you red-handed. You haven't think that, and that's what I'm going to do. And the best example when he showed, right, I mean, as we were talking at the start of show, Virat Kohli got out in 2011 World Cup final. Maybe billions of eyes on, dressing room that Yuvraj is coming. He was the player. He was the charm. He was the man of the series, managing every shows here and there. And then comes Mahi. I mean, nobody predicted him. And let me tell you that might be the best decision what he took, because nobody from Sri Lankan team would have expected that Mahi will come. Nobody in Indian cricket team would have known that, okay, Mahi would come. And that's where he made all the calculations wrong by, Sri Lankan team, and particularly by Muthiah Muralidharan, because he used to play with, Muralidharan a lot in, Chennai team and etc. So he knows what his thought process, he knows what he has to do. So I think there are, tons of examples where he has, done, like if he is doing a wicket keeping, he can stand on the stumps, though he is a pace bowler, right? Or he can, just collect the ball even before, the batsman gets for run, or he can sneak the run, even the ball is in fielder. So that all shows that he has amazing kind of, an algorithm going in his mind. He thinks a step beyond the opponents. And I think, being a sports person, right? It's a moment when you win the game. And he has shown it absolutely as and when, he has to stand up and deliver. So amazing, I mean, I know that there are a lot of great cricketers like Tendulkar, there is no comparison or something, but sometimes they were lack on those kind of things what Mahi stood up and he shows. So, yeah, I can say, the calculated risk-taking capabilities and self-confidence in his decision is one of the greatest, kind of asset I see him as a cricketer.
Thank you so much, Somil. Next, I want to go to Charit.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys, in fact, everybody has been following Dhoni, but what I would like to add here is, what are the takeaways from him to all the youngsters, to all the players who are playing cricket, who are trying to make their careers. There are a few things which we can learn from MS Dhoni. And I would like to, brief out a few points on that. The first thing is, you become what you want. If you keep your focus, there is no alternative to hard work. Right now, you may not be at a place where but if you consistently work hard towards your goal, no one can stop you from achieving what you want. MS Dhoni was a simple ticket collector, but he never lost his focus. And now we all know where he ended up. So never ever give up on your dreams. The second thing, or the second learning which we get from MS Dhoni is do not take, do not let stress take over you, whatever the situation. I know it is very easier said than done, but we are in an environment, especially after the COVID situation, where stress can take over us. What we have seen in MS Dhoni is that even if it is the most important game, the most important ball of the century, and even if it is a make or break of the career, be cool. Do not let the negativity take you. Ship will cross the biggest negative oceans, but if it allows water to come inside it, it will sink. However critical the match, MS Dhoni will lead the team till the last ball. He will pad up, come out without a bit of stress. And most of the times we have seen that he has driven India towards victory. And lastly, what I want to add here is, wherever success takes you, Be down to earth. He leads a simple life, and trust me, even if you meet him today, you'll be astonished to see what a gentleman he is. This is one of his greatest achievements. Never let success get into your mind. Be humble. The world likes humble people. And let us all learn from his inspiring career, and hope, you know, he keeps playing IPL and guides upcoming cricketers and all other individuals, teach them to be effective finishers like him.
तो चरित, मुझे आपकी बात से एक लाइन याद आती है, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि कौन कहता है आसमान में सुराख नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर
तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो।
तो ने पत्थर की जगह बॉल ऐसे उछाली कि सीधा बाउंड्री के पार गई और हमारे दिल तक पहुंची है।
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, and nobody can forget the 6 which he scored for India. One of the historical moments ever in the history. You know, after Kapil Dev, there are many great cricketers, but the historical moments are created only by a few.
Absolutely, and on that note, if you search statistics about Mahi, the number one statistics you will find is he's the only captain who has bagged all the 3 ICC trophies. Yeah. Starting up with what Somil was saying about T20, inaugural 2007, 2011, we got the World Cup in India, we won it. What Charit was talking about, the last 6. And 2013, it's the ICC Champions Trophy, which we won against England. And I think it was in England too. So this is amazing journey what we have seen, you know, from Dhoni. Next we have Deepak. What do you think about Dhoni?
For me, Dhoni is an inspiration. So since the childhood, I've always been a Sachin's fan. I mean, as we all are in our generation. But ever since Dhoni came into arena, and it just clicked and it just connected with you. I mean, he is just an inspiration as a player, as a leader, mainly. So his raw nature and the natural leadership qualities. That's why he's here where he is today. You know, he's always backed his instinct, as Somil mentioned, and Charitji also mentioned that the humbleness. He has achieved a lot, and that's what he mentioned in his one of the interview, that he has learned from Sachin and Dravid, those great players, how to stay humble after achieving that much success. So those are the qualities which makes him apart. And he's a true team man. You know, he has like army kind of thing. He's a team man. He thinks about the team first, and he was a visionary about the Indian cricket. After, you know, won that ICC World T20, and I just want to mention here the great Sachin Tendulkar mentioned to BCCI to make him a captain, because he saw that quality when he was keeping with him in the matches and he was on a slip corner, and he noticed those qualities, and they promoted him as a captain of a young Indian cricket team that time, and they did wonder. And after going in 2008, that's when he started looking for the targeting 2011 World Cup, because he knew that the next World Cup is in India, and he wanted to, you know, build a team, young team, which can take the Indian cricket and win that title after 28 years, you know. And I know he took the tough decision that time. I mean, there were some great players, he had to left them, and he got criticized for that. But वही कहते हैं ना, success डालने कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So he didn't care about that, and he took those decisions, tough decisions, and the results are here. And I mean, he has a great career, and we are lucky, we are fortunate that we have saw him from the start until the end. And I mean, just hats off to him. Thank you. Yeah.
Perfect word. Kiran, you have some interesting take on Dhoni. Let's hear from you.
So this is not my quote, but when I read this quote, it was very apt for Dhoni. So the quote reads, "A bona fide legend with grey shades." Right. So let's talk about legendary first, right? Let's roll back to 2007. Probably that's the low point of Indian cricket after we exited from the World Cup. I have my personal story there too, because I booked tickets to the next round thinking that we'll be Super 6.
Wow.
And guess what? We lost to Bangladesh and we exited out of the cricket World Cup. So it was a personal disaster for me after getting all the permissions from the wives and all that. Right? So anyways, that's beside. So at that time, if somebody comes to BCCI and say, you're going to have a kick captain who is going to, in next 10 years, going to win you 3 ICC championships, your win rate going to be 50% plus, 50 plus percentage, you will be #1 test nation, I would grab that. And that's what Mahendra Singh Dhoni is. So, I mean, no matter what the stats says, I mean, stats are stats, right? Stats are for good discussion over drinks or coffee or whatever. But you can deep down, people talk about, oh, he didn't win enough at away versus home. I mean, you can peel off, but, and then we can focus on a little bit of gray shades, but the green is so much that you don't really have to focus on the gray, but I think he's truly a legend. I mean, I want to end up saying he's a legend no matter what anybody says. One word, legend.
That's completely describe Dhoni, a true legend in his own word. Anj.
Again, Kiran said, I mean, everybody else said, like, I mean, are we really qualified to talk about a legend, right? I mean, he have achieved above and beyond what anybody could ever dreamt of. I mean, we had, everybody has opinions, right? I mean, even today, we have opinions, even though we are not even 1% of what they are made up of. And what hard work they have put in, we haven't even put in a fraction of it. So for me, he is an inspiration, not in a traditional way, but in an unorthodox way. I mean, if you look at his approach or his batting style and things like that, he has taught the youngsters or the seniors or whoever has been following cricket ardently. He said, believe in yourself and do what is right and what you feel fearsomely. So if you do that, I mean, only success is going to follow you. I mean, if you look at his career, right from him, he was never a cricketer to be. He was playing badminton and soccer. And he stumbled upon cricket and somebody else pulled him in, and it's just a coincidence happened. And I mean, today we are here talking about him and what he has done in the last 15 years. I mean, Kiran said, stats are stats. I mean, you can't change stats. I mean, they are number and they are written in stone. But the qualities of an individual, as like Saumil said and Deepak said, I mean, everybody says, the qualities are the ones which make you stand apart. And I think that's what Dhoni is unique. I mean, he's just not on the field as a team, but he's off the field. I mean, his contribution to the Indian Army as a nation. I mean, he has contributed just not for cricket, right? He's been inspiration for all walks of life, for any generation. I mean, be in India, outside of India, anybody who wants to follow Dhoni as an inspiration or a leader or a legend or a cricketer. I mean, he has a ways for each one of them. And that's my take on Dhoni.
Thank you, Anj. Log on or log off. It's just amazing the way he thinks. He thinks cricket, I would say that in true words. And that makes him pretty unique, as compared to the rest of the other captains that we have.
Yeah, after he winning the 2007 World Cup, and look at the dynamics of T20 game in India, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have several professional leagues across the world, but IPL stands out. I mean, he has done enormous contributions to just change the landscape, and it created a multi-billion industry in the last decade. I mean, just one game.
Absolutely, and I think he might be the only captain who has been, a captain in all the IPL, series till today. So that's amazing feat. Shafiq, what do you think about Dhoni, sir?
I think it's difficult to pick one area that any one of us can say that describes him, right? Because he's a holistic person. He's a comprehensive individual with mind, body, and soul to be able to utilize his ability and lead the sport of cricket. When I think of Dhoni, I think of him as a change agent, right? And a person that has transformed the sport of cricket, not only for his own nation, but also across the world. So when you define change agent, I was looking at the definition, A change agent is a person from inside or outside of an organization who helps an organization to transform how it operates. A change agent will promote, champion, enable, and support changes to be made in an organization. Change agent will focus on people and the interactions between them. And I think the last sentence is the most important one. So when I think of Dhoni as a change agent in this 21st century, we are 20 years into this 21st century, he was at the right place at the right time when the game was also changing. The transformation of cricket going from a 50-over game to a T20 game. But, you know, luck doesn't happen unless you are there, unless you are physically there to create opportunities for yourself and people that are surrounding you. The fact that he was able to captain the India team at the first T20 World Cup, I don't think it was a fluke. I think it was his destiny as a change agent. If you look at it, the transformation of the sport itself, you know, T20 has taken over the sport over the last 15 years.
Absolutely.
We talked about IPL being the premier league in the world, even though there are many other leagues around the world, is because of the format of the game is not only in India, but also the excitement that it brings. So change agent role is not just about what you do when you have the opportunity, but what do you do when people are against you, right? So I'll give you an example. To me as a captain, his biggest moment was when he felt that Indian team needed better fielders, all right? Because the game of cricket was really evolving. It was no longer sitting in the slip and, you know, making runs and you make the team. So his decision or his ability to empower the selectors to say, I want a fitter team, I want young players. Many of those decisions were not taken lightly and people doubted, you know, why is it that we are letting go of good players? But as a change agent, sometimes you have to think forward, right? But he was able to think forward and say, how can I use my role as an individual, as a leader of the team, and bring some changes that would not have happened on their own because everyone is thinking about the status quo. Lastly, and most importantly, a change agent always thinks about the future as well. His transition to Kohli probably was one of the smoothest transition in any sport where one person has dominated. So whether you look at Michael Jordan, whether you look at John Elway, you look at others, you know, Wayne Gretzky, there are leaders in every given sport, but when they sometimes leave, they leave a void behind. His main transition to Kohli to be able to say, hey, we need a new change now. I'm here, I'm gonna take care of things behind the scene, but I'm also gonna keep my mouth shut. It is not my role to say anything on the field when the decisions are made by the captain. So I think as a change agent, this last 20 years when the game has evolved quite a bit, he has played a key role in the game itself, in Indian cricket, and more importantly, making cricket for India, not just about a bat and bowl, but bat, bowl, and fielding. And I think that is going to stay in Indian cricket for many years to come, especially with the young players.
Yeah, I think, Shafiq, you brought up a great point around because subcontinent, coming from subcontinent, we are very sentimental people. To put results over reputation, successes over sentiments, it's not easy. With the kind of machinery we have, you got to stand up and also produce the results too, right? It's not only he raised that, but he had the confidence in his team, and he was able to produce. So, I think that's a great point you brought up.
Thank you, Shafiq, and thank you, Kiran. Just want to say that he was a change agent. He is a change agent, but one thing is not going to change is the contribution to the cricket, what he brought up. So, but great point, guys. Our panelists have done a great job in like, you know, defining what Dhoni is. If we have to take a program of Dhoni, it can take like, you know, throughout the day as well. I don't think we can scope it out in like 1 hour or 2 hours. So Seema ji, what else we have planned?
So Baljit, what's your take on Dhoni?
Well, I just want to add, apart from winning T20 World Cup, One Day International World Cup, and Champions Trophy under his captaincy, CSK has also won. Like in IPL, they have won 3 times, which is a big thing. I am a big IPL fan. And I'm really worried this time because, you know, some of their team members have been diagnosed with COVID. So I don't know what's going to happen this year, but let's hope for the best. And I just want to ask you one question. We all know that he has announced his retirement recently, and you know, mera to dil toot gaya usse. But I want to ask you, is it a right decision? I mean, he's so fit. He could have played next World Cup too. So what do you think about it?
Any panelists?
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything right or wrong about a decision, right? As Shafiq rightly mentioned, change. He's aspiring Indian cricket to evolve, not to stop. So this is part of his thought process, evolution, right? Evolution is always about future, not about future of next year or to next tennis. He's looking forward to next couple generations of cricketers to evolve and take Indian cricket to the heights anybody could dream or even unimaginable. So that's what it is. So there is no right or wrong time. It's not that just because he retired officially from Indian cricket team, I don't think he'll stop contributing to cricket in any form, I mean, directly or indirectly. So I don't think he retired in spec. But again, everything has a point of end, right? So you have priorities. I mean, how you prioritize your things. Where do you want to contribute? Where do you want to take your energy next, right? Do you want to keep it on the field or do you want to keep it off the field? So I don't think he retired from playing on the field officially representing, but I think he's going to be there indirectly playing the game for a long time.
Thank you so much.
I think he's setting up new path for the newcomers, right? I mean, he can continue for another few years, but next after him, right? I mean, there always needs a transition, like, you know, when Kohli stand up and, you know, start filling his shoe. Now it's time for him to move on and, you know, vacant the space so where some new kind of talent comes in and might be in succession planning for Kohli as well. I mean, that's what the long time, you know, the change in role. I mean, Kohli has to, you know, kind of mentor somebody else. And what we are seeing Kohli today is no more, or he is nothing without Dhoni's mentorship. Let's say that way. So now that's where he is taking a step back and saying, hey, now first I give you the leadership role. Now I'm giving you the mentor role. So you take this role now and then, you know, get ready for the next generation as well. So there is no time for, you know, I mean, retirement. Definitely there are, you know, change in priorities and body and etc. International cricket is very, very challenging. So that might be, you know, copying him as well, but he is a very fit guy. He is a visionary and he might have, you know, a different thought process compared to what all we as, you know, kind of just a newbies think that, oh, is he getting aged now? He's touching 40. No, I don't think. He has a vision behind, you know, what exactly he wants to bring it.
Absolutely. But what to do? Ye dil mange more.
Able to think.
हमारे दिलों से वो कभी रिटायर नहीं होगा.
नहीं होगा.
Let's just put it this way.
और जैसा कि हम सब जानते ही हैं कि हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी साहब ने भी उनके रिटायरमेंट पे एक लेटर लिखा, तो बहुत बड़ी इंस्पिरेशन है हमारे लिए वो, और इसी इंस्पिरेशन को ध्यान में रखते आई थिंक स्वाति वांट
and listening all what you are saying, I got inspired, and just I want to share our cool masters inspiring words with you. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. Really, it's very impressive. And I'm also a local cricket player in my college. We have a very good team. So, I would like to ask a small question. How our kids can be introduced to cricket at an early age?
Shafiq ji?
Suited for you, Shafiq ji.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for asking that question, because I think, particularly in America, we have brought this game in as recently as last 40 years, but the game has been around, as we know, for the last 200 years, right? I mean, the sport of cricket died because of the fact that after the Civil War, the country got united, the country needed an independent sport, and the sport of baseball was introduced. So if you think about the future of cricket in America, and that's where my focus is going forward, and last 5 years I've spent, is really with the youth, right? And youth, not just those that come from Commonwealth countries, but youth that require to learn the new sport. Because if you think about it, baseball is dying in this country because the game is becoming a little more boring. Football has now concussions and all the other issues, so that it's making it difficult. So I think the best way to do this, again, in Johns Creek, what we have done is, in partnership with the Atlanta Cricket Academy, we have started our youth program, right? That program started just this month. So kids from age 6 all the way to 14 are able to participate. We were actually in the process of starting a high school league in Johns Creek with high schools in Metro Atlanta, in Forsyth, in Johns Creek, Marietta. But unfortunately, because of the COVID situation, we are postponing it until a later date. So the best way to get involved is, again, look out for programs. And again, ACL, Future Tech is doing a lot, right, to promote youth cricket. Key thing is figure out a way to make a commitment, because you cannot become good at anything unless you are able to be part of an organized program. It's not often to have someone who's going to spend their dedicated time with you all the time, because there are limited coaches that are available. So the best way to do this is, again, if people are interested in participating in the Johns Creek Cricket Association youth program, certainly message me. You can go to our website, JC Cricket, JC for Johns Creek, cricket.org. Send us a message or send us an email at info@jccricket.org, and we'll be more than happy to get you connected. But the future of cricket is through the school system, and we do, as an association, we do want to play a role in that process. I hope that answers your question.
Right. Just to add, right, so this is my personal opinion, that cricket needs USA than USA needs cricket. I mean, that Shafiq touched on a little bit. If you look at G7 countries, right, only one country plays cricket. If you look at history of last 20, 25, 30 years, I mean, there are a very handful of countries really got up in cricket, and they're also financially struggling countries. But so that's why my thought process is cricket needs USA. And the timing is perfect because of the immigrant community. They are well settled. Now we are going into third generation here in this country. So it makes perfect sense. But any sports to grow, as Shafiq alluded to, it has to start from grassroots. I mean, a 30-year-old, 40-year-old playing cricket is not going to grow sport in any country whatsoever. So I think our efforts should be very focused on our kids and do as much as we can in any shape or form to invest in the cricket. And then I have this nightmare, right? I mean, in my lifetime, one day there will be a World Cup final between USA and India, and I don't know which country to choose. I hope I'll get there, but in my lifetime, but I certainly hope to do that. And we are trying to do everything we can to achieve that.
One day.
Thank you.
Definitely, I'm here. I can show Swati's and Seemaji's viewer that the future is bright here in USA. I'm here at the Atlanta Cricket Academy match, and the kids are playing right from the age from 6 to 14, and they're having
there you go.
a
It's
good time
alive.
here. And they have Johns Creek Cricket Association and Johns Creek County. They have put a good ground and pitch there, and there are some nets to practice for the kids. So we are moving in the right direction here in US from a cricket point of view, I think. I mean, I'm really happy. I'm really glad that I'm here to see this thing that the kids are playing here and cricket and learning professionally.
Thank you,
and
Deepak.
I'll say one thing, that in the coming days, the infrastructure is going to actually get improved. There's a electronics cricket scoreboard coming up next month next to the pitch. The city is in the process of approving additional funding that will allow us to build 3 more batting cages and 1 more pitch before year end. So Sheikh Rag Park, which is a park that Deepak is at right now, is going to become a destination stop for youth cricket. And then there are other parks that we're working on to build turf wickets and adult cricket activities.
Yeah. Thank you, Shafiq ji and Anj for promoting all this.
Go ahead, Charit. Go ahead.
I wanted to add something over here. I know you guys are wonderful players, wonderful sportsmen, and we're talking about cricket, but just to add to Swati's questions and Bali's question, that I know cricket is a wonderful game. It is a wonderful team game. I mean, it needs a lot of physical fitness. But if your child is not just about cricket, there are many other sports you can put him into, right? You can focus on a lot of different sports, and even not apart from that, you know, there's a lot to learn from MS Dhoni about mental strength, about mental fitness, about your mental growth. So there's a lot to learn about from MS Dhoni about how to make decisions, how to be focused, how to keep your strength on. So cricket is wonderful starting point for all the Asian parents and kids. But if not, there are other sports also. Try to get them into it, get their physical fitness, get their mental strength. And if not, try to learn from a lot of things which MS Dhoni has taught us. You know, this will be a biggest tribute to him.
Yeah, Charit, लेकिन जो cricket है ना, वो जो हमें दिल से connect करता है.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. All my sentiments are with cricket too. Absolutely. But
I would like to add, cricket is the only religion in India which connects everyone.
Yeah.
It's a celebration in India.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always say like 3 C's: cinema, cricket, computers. That's all we are made of. Or currency. I want to say, I don't want to be political.
See, and you see all the 3 C's here: Bollywood, RJ, that is cinema, computer. We are talking about cricket. So all 3 C's we can see it right here, right now. सीमा जी,
हम बोलते हैं ना कि लाइक हम अपने देश से दूर आ जाते हैं, लेकिन क्रिकेट से दूर जाना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है. एंड आई वुड से पॉलिटिक्स और क्रिकेट वो ऐसा है जो हमें आपस में बहुत जोड़ता है, जो विदेश में भी हमें देशी बनाए रखता है. तो फिर जब हम लोग आ तो जाते हैं, उसके बाद विदेश में आने के बाद थोड़ा टाइम हो जाता है, जब थोड़ा लगता है कि नहीं अब हमें देश की फीलिंग अब मिस करने लग जाते हैं, तो हम सोचते हैं क्यों ना यहाँ पर ही कुछ ऐसा क्रिएट करा जाए कि जिससे हम अपना कल्चर अपने बच्चों को दे सके. और उसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम लोग सोचते हैं कि हाँ सबसे पहले क्रिकेट, क्योंकि जब मेरा बेटा 10, तो जब वो और कोई स्पोर्ट्स चूज करता है तो मैं बोलती नहीं बेटा उसमें बहुत रिस्क है, फुटबॉल में मत जाओ, डोंट यू गो एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट क्रिकेट. तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो भी सीखे, और शफीक जी के हेल्प से यहाँ पर बहुत कुछ हो रहा है अटलांटा में. आई एम ऑल्सो इन जॉन्स लीग, जस्ट क्लोजर टू हिम. मैं उनसे दूर नहीं जाना चाहती, जिससे कि मेरा बेटा क्रिकेट सीख कर ही रहे. तो आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन फॉर किरण जी. How cricket is growing in overall in Atlanta or in Georgia or in US?
Yeah, sure. So let's start with the US, right? Let's say a couple of years ago, we were a little disorganized, and with all full respect to the previous people who ran cricket in USA, but we lacked some direction. But after USA Cricket was formed, I think we have a clear vision, we have a definite direction, and a great strategy to move forward. And also I want to point out that USA Cricket is run by a board, and our own Atlantean and my co-trustee, the founder of Atlanta Cricket League, Mr. Venu Pisike, he's one of the board member, and he got elected twice. And thanks to all the support from the Atlanta cricket community who helped him to be there. So he's there to safeguard or raise or bring our voice in a bigger picture, right, where our Atlanta interests are taken care of. So that's happening in the USA level. Now coming back to Atlanta cricket, I want to define Atlanta cricket into 2 phases: pre-Atlanta Cricket League, post-Atlanta Cricket League. So before we formed 2007, right? That's where Atlanta Cricket League is formed. We used to play where AJCC was exist, and again, full respect to them, they ran a very professional leather ball cricket league, AJCC. So they kept cricket alive in Atlanta, right? And then we had some, charity cricket tournaments on and off, Vibha, all those things were happening. And 2007, Atlanta Cricket League was formed, it brought into our household, right? The people who have a very great interest, who were ready to spend a full day in cricket, that's where like in the AGCC format. Now, with Atlanta Cricket League, we brought right into your neighborhoods, the parks that you drive by. We play cricket in the park, in the neighborhoods, and with your colleagues. And so it became a way of life, right? So 2007, we started with 20 teams, I remember, right? 2022. And now we are, 120, 125 plus teams.
That's massive.
So it's massive growth. In fact, it was only happening with the volunteers, right? There's a lot of volunteers who helped us where we are right now. Sponsors, I'm going to speak probably more, and also support from the government, parks and all that. So that's Atlanta Cricket League, and then there is so much interest. One of our trustee, Venu, kind of got an idea that, hey, how do we instill this interest into our younger generations? Then we said, okay, fine, Venu, why don't you go off and start academy? And so that's where Atlanta Cricket Academy was formed. And I think we started with 12 kids or 13 kids. And now it grew to 100, 120 plus kids. So the way kids, right, a previous question to Swati, there are two levels we do, right? We do an introductory camp every summer. Due to COVID, we couldn't do it this year, but ACL organizes a summer camp, where we give a taste of cricket, of sport to the kids. And if they want to pursue to the next levels, that's when the academy comes into picture. And with the help of efforts of Shafiq ji and everyone, we were able to provide a decent infrastructure where they can refine their game and improve their game, right? So Atlanta Cricket Academy, the coaches, awesome coaches, right? We have coaches who played for USA before, who played at international level, who are currently playing in US, currently in the administration, right? So we got a right package there. So that's the focus. So, and then after Atlanta Cricket League, we have in Community Cricket League, and I apologize if I missed anybody, Georgia Cricket League, lot of cricket activities, and we have non-profit organizations like GATS, they do event. I don't see any week, like we have 52 weeks, probably 45 to 48 weeks, there are people playing in the parks, which is awesome, right? So that's what's happening. The future is bright. I think we got right people running the administration. And I just, sorry for the long thing, but all I can say is the timing is right. Things looks very bright.
Yeah.
Look, let's all
take a quick break. और उसके बाद मुझे एक क्वेश्चन है सौमिल जी से.
You are listening Radio FM Bollywood, fun with music. Without any frequency, you can hear it anytime, anywhere. Just download our iOS and Android radio app, Radio FM Bollywood, fun with music.
तो सौमिल जी, क्योंकि मैं सौमिल को देख रही हूँ लाइक 10-15 years से, मैं जानती हूँ उन्होंने शिकागो में खेला है और he used to play in Minneapolis. Now from last 10 years I think we are here in Atlanta. तो आप क्या कहते हैं, कैसे ये gradually change हो रहा है या फिर कैसे grow कर रहा है Atlanta में क्रिकेट?
Absolutely. No, I was kind of thinking to share my views on that, and I'm absolutely agree with what Kiran and Shafiq are highlighting. Right. Let me put it in a perspective, right? I have played a lot of professional and kind of what we call the semi-professional cricket, right? If we take out the professional aspect, where you have all administrative setup, there are people to take care. It's a different story like IPL and etc. But when we talk about mainly the local cricket, which is run by kind of an volunteer aspect, right? Which Atlanta Cricket League or anything is, it's not a small thing. I have been playing cricket in US, started with St. Louis, particularly, in Manchester Park and if people knows that, right, in 2006. Then I played in Chicago, Minneapolis, Appleton, and now in Atlanta. And when I moved in Atlanta in 2009, I think it was, kind of an early stage of Atlanta Cricket League, right? I mean, initial 3 or 4 years. We had few teams, and I have seen, the phenomenal growth of, Atlanta Cricket League. And again, unfortunately, because of certain personal commitment, I'm not playing with the cricket ball. But I know how it's growing in Atlanta. And I think I would say we all, being Georgian, little lucky with, the weather support as well. And as Kiran was highlighting, like, in other areas like Minnesota, or, if you go up north, in Midwest, you cannot get even outside, for 6 months, forget about cricket, right? While here we are lucky where we have, 45 to 48 weeks of cricket continually, one after another tournament. So there are a lot of exposure, and it is very important that once you keep continuation, once you have varieties, you get more chances of engagement. And then I would like to, say kind of, heads off to all the, organizers, administration staff for Atlanta Cricket League and any other, kind of AGCC or GATA or GATS or whatever happening. They are doing amazing work, and it is so well organized. Again, there is no kind of, a financial, motive behind that, right? And that's where I say it's so well organized. I have been, played in a lot of finals or pre-co, etc. It's very well managed. And I would, encourage people, that come out, be part of this bigger community and, kind of continue on the dream or, what are, cricketers like Kapil Dev has established winning 1983 with Dhoni carry forward with help of, team and etc. Come out. And I think, when I'm mentioning, I'd like to, kind of say my, heads off to all sponsors as well, who even, equally interested in, kind of supporting and sponsoring the event, because whether we accept it or not, but financial support is required, whether it's from government point of view or from sponsorship. And the volunteers, like the establishment, the idea is very good. I think we are, in a right direction. The only thing, when we look from a maturity life cycle, right? I mean, I'm being an IT guy, I always go into that. But we are at the maturity level, and now it's tough to sustain that before we start dipping it, right? And that's where I would like request everyone who is listening here, if you have any sort of zeal about cricket, right, you can contribute by tons of way. You can organize, you can be part of organization committee, you can be
volunteer,
anything, wherever your kind of interest goes in. There are 100+ team, and the best part I see the social connect. Once I kind of run on road and some folks stand by, hey, you play cricket, right? We know you. Where in US, where people will have thought that, okay, you get a support, somebody knows you. I met a person in Seattle airport. We played cricket together back in India. That's what the connection cricket made, right? And that's where we all are, sharing the same common language here. I mean, it's हमको बांध के रखता है, हमको जोड़ के रखता है, right? So it's our religion, and there is no boundary. It's a seamless experience. So I'm great, that I'm part of this discussion, and thank you all for, those who are contributing to cricket directly, indirectly.
Seema, can I just add a couple of things to what Somil mentioned? I think he touched upon the community engagement using the sport. I think there's a tremendous opportunity for all of us as members of our respective communities to use the sport to create community engagement. So one of the goals that the Johns Creek Cricket Association has is how do we use the sport to create engagement with the community, not only from cricket playing countries, but broader community. Because as you know, Johns Creek is the most diversified city in the state of Georgia. It's number 6 in the country. So giving an example, the scoreboard that I mentioned that is going to be put in Shake Rag Park next month, that's a project that Leadership Johns Creek and Johns Creek Cricket Association did. Leadership Johns Creek is just like any other leadership program that every city has. That team was able to raise $25,000 to build this particular scoreboard, right? Through sponsors and other kind of activities we got involved in. The other thing also is when we talk about community engagement, it's not just about the sports element of it. So we are actually in the process of organizing Johns Creek Cricket Festival that will be held. Originally was scheduled for April. Now that's a project or an event that we were working closely with Leadership Johns Creek. And guess what? Leadership Johns Creek team cricket that had 9 members, 8 of them had no clue about the sport of cricket, but they decided that this is a great thing for the community, right? And we should build more infrastructure. They were able to convince the Johns Creek Police Department and the Fire Department to have an exhibition match, all right? And these individuals from these 2 departments don't know about the game, all right? They reached out to us, hey, can you do some practice sessions now in the nets and everything? So I think there's an opportunity for us to look at community engagement from a broader perspective, because at the end of the day, every community cares about healthy lifestyle. Every community cares about youth development. Every family cares about having the togetherness within the sport, any sport, and team sports do give that opportunity. So I think if all of us just thought from community engagement perspective, and please define your community a little broader, not just a cricket playing community. There are people in this country who would love to support us. The reason the city of Johns Creek is willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, they are in the process of approving additional $100,000 that will be approved in the next 2 weeks. The reason why they're trying to do that is the Recs and Parks, the mission of Recs and Parks is to create healthy lifestyle. If cricket can do that, which is get our youth out there, get our adults out there, then why would they not support it? So we just need to help them learn the sport of cricket. Yes, it takes time, but at the end of the day, community engagement is the most important thing for all of us.
About this Cobb County, yes, I met the chairman there, and he also announced that they are working, and very soon we are going to have a field in Cobb County too. So we are spreading our wings around Atlanta. So thankfully, but we need more money, more sponsors. So I think somebody sent some questions, and then this question is where the Sachin? Yes, Sachin, Shafiq ji can it.
Yes, I think you all touched up great points. How we can continue and spread the word for cricket in Atlanta, and we all know that we cannot build up an infrastructure in bubble. So this is a question to Shafiq, because I know that we're talking about Johns Creek. I think there are other cities also we wanted to spread the word, and the same infrastructure that we are trying to build it in Johns Creek, we wanted to build it in other cities as well. And you cannot do it without having the support from city and state governing bodies. So I just wanted to ask you, what was your experience? What was your journey in setting up an infrastructure with, what kind of support you got from them so that we all can learn?
Right. I think that's a very, very important question. And the reason why I say that is I've been around the sport over the last 30 years. There was a time I used to run uscricket.com. The one area where we have not focused on is how to build relationship with the Recs and Parks, Recreation and Parks departments, right? Every city in this country has a Recs and Parks. So if you think about even the state of Georgia, you have so many counties. All these counties have independent cities. So what we are trying to do, and again, whatever is happening in Johns Creek, it did not happen overnight. I can show you videos 5 years ago, me dressing up in cricket outfit, helping, hey, this is the bat, this is the field, this is how you play the game with the city council members, right? So nothing happens overnight, but you need to have people like you first. They need to be able to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Our goal is, because we are already in conversation with different cities. So I'll give you an example. Whatever we're doing in Johns Creek is to build a model going through Recs and Parks. We are already getting calls, meaning the Recs and Parks is already getting a call. So I'll give you an example. City of Nashville is in the process of building a new park. And because in the way the parks get built in this country, it's part of the Public Works Department. So every city has a Public Works Department under which roads get built, parks get built, infrastructure gets built, right? The fact that Nashville wants to build this park, they want to come to Johns Creek and learn from us as to, hey, how did you build these so-called pitches and all that? So what we are trying to do is we build a model that is so-called mastermind by the Recs and Parks. because it's a lot easier for one head of Rexon Parks in Nashville or Sugarland. Sugarland is another city that we are working in Houston. Hoover in Alabama is another city we're working on, right? So it's very easier for a head of Rexon Parks to go to another head of Rexon Parks because of the fact that the infrastructure is already set up. Contracts are already set up with the vendors. It's very easy to implement. So our goal is whatever we do in Johns Creek, our mission statement, our bylaws clearly state we're going to replicate this around the country. Our next goal is to go into Forsyth, Cumming, right? Because that's neighborhood, Alpharetta, Gwinnett. But outside of the Metro Atlanta area, yes, there are opportunities, but the best way to do is build a blueprint that someone else has ownership of. And then you connect the people, one department to the other, and budget is always set in every city for Rexon Parks. So it's not the money that we will be spending out of our pocket, it's the money that the city is willing to invest in the infrastructure so that the quality of life can be improved for the citizens.
Yeah, just to add that, right, add to what Shafiq said, even when we started on the cricket league, right, Forsyth County, I'm Shafiq probably not surprised, they wouldn't even rent us the parks, forget about building an infrastructure. But I mean, I'm talking about 2008-9 timeframe, right? Now Atlanta Cricket League works with, 20 plus different cities and county parks, and they know the cricket. I mean, I think the seed is planted, and the efforts like what Shafiq was doing, I mean, he took probably 10 years or 8 years to get where he is. I hope it's not the same time, but we're able to copy paste in a very expedited manner, and to onboard a city or a county should be months, not years. That's only the speed of is the essence, right? I'm glad to hear that he has a repeatable model, and we should be able to take and run with it. Because we do have some private grounds, right? Like Atlanta cricket fields, they have a great job, private owned. But I mean, there is only such a limitation for a private organization, right? But I mean, their infrastructure is good. We use it. I mean, a lot of professional cricket, they use it too. But there's a limitation around that, and so we want to kind of expand it. The scale. I mean, the scale has to be huge for us to put in the map of world cricket.
Oh, thank you, Kiranji. So I have a question for Ange, these businesses, like big businesses, small businesses, how the businesses can sponsor or help you. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they said, "Arey, chahiye kya hota hai? Unko sirf saman niche bat ball." Then I called Sachin. I was talking to him. Then he told me that no, we need to register your teams with ACL, and then other expenses are there. So do you have a set package or different packages like gold, silver, so that everybody can share their part?
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta Cricket League, I mean, like every organization, any sports organization, right, be it baseball, football, or any sports organization or recreation, even the community organizations, they have different tiers of sponsorship levels. And similarly, Atlanta Cricket League has title sponsor, platinum sponsor, gold sponsor, silver sponsors, and we have multiple title sponsors. And we have some sponsors who just sponsor for the passion and support for the initiative what Atlanta Cricket League does. I mean, it's not that the organizations has the passion to spend, it's also alignment of their vision, their passion, their goals, their social responsibilities with the organizations which are conducting these initiatives. I mean, the sponsors, I mean, we have over 50 sponsors at Atlanta Cricket. Fortunately, it has been growing over the years. And similarly, all the other organizations who are coming up also have some kind of the other sponsorship. And again, as Shafiq said, this is like a bonding, right? It is kind of a handing over. If you are trying to build the infrastructure between cities by knowing and creating a repeating model, it's the same thing. The business community is also very closely knit community. They talk about it and they pass on the message. If an organization is looking for additional sponsorship, a business like the same park recreation head putting a word to the park commissioner for the other city. Similarly, one business head putting a word to the other business head is going to bring in a lot more support to this community, not only cricket, right? I mean, any initiative with a social responsibility, because now social responsibility needs to be underlined for every corporate. So we've been in Atlanta, we've been sponsoring from Future Tech for over 20 years. And in our existence of 25 years, we already sponsored 20 years of cricket, I mean, at every level, grassroots level, amateur level, recreation level, professional level, and the national level. I mean, it's, again, it's our passion. I mean, the founder of Future Tech has a passion towards cricket. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is or what it is. But again, Atlanta Cricket League was able to onboard several sponsors. And people think, look, a sponsor is only to do these things. No. If you look at what Atlanta Cricket League teams does pay their registration fees. But in all fact, it only covers 50% of the expense what the league would incur to manage a league of 129 teams, and which is growing. And it is not easy. And the thing is, Atlanta Cricket League is a non-profit. So all the money coming in, it's a publicly available accounting system, and they know where every penny is being spent. And with USA Cricket coming on board, there is economies of scale coming in. And over the time, with all the sponsorships commitments, because of their walks of business, they're able to bring in some scale, some savings to our operations, because we're a bunch of volunteers trying to do what is best for the community and the people coming towards it and forwards it. So sponsorship, corporate support with corporate responsibility and social responsibility is very key. And Kiran missed on one point, what Atlanta Cricket League is not only just a recreational platform for cricketers in Atlanta, but we also take social responsibility as high priority. And every year we conclude our season with our charity tournament, and we pick local things. We gave to Johns Creek Foundation, and we go to Roswell Foundation, Children's Hospital of Atlanta. I mean, several local and overseas organizations also we have contributed from this organization. So it's just not providing recreation for the people who want to play cricket. We are also taking social responsibility as one of the priorities, and that's why we have so much corporate support coming in. So we will continue, me as a corporate representative, I will continue to promote and propagate the importance of their involvement at the community level, at the sport level, at the various levels. I know it's easy to write for them a check, but again, it has to be a meaningful contribution for them, what they're doing and what they're doing for. And I will be advocating, ACL has set a model for several other organizations. ACL has already extended hands to help other organizations to drive their corporate contributions, and will continue to do what it is. And again, I cannot stress enough how corporate involvement and contributions is important for these initiatives, what we are trying to do.
थैंक यू एंजल। जब हम लोग यहाँ पर एक बॉलीवुड स्टार जो कि ऑलरेडी इंडिया में वो मल्टी मिलियनर होता है, तो जब हम उसका टिकट यहाँ पर लेके उसका शो देखने जा सकते हैं, तो हम अपने लोकल टैलेंट को क्यों नहीं बढ़ा सकते। और स्पेशली जबकि वो लोकल टैलेंट सिर्फ आपका एंटरटेनमेंट ही नहीं करता, एंटरटेनमेंट के साथ आपकी हेल्थ, आपका फैमिली टाइम भी, फील्ड में फैमिली को लेके जा सकते हैं जहाँ आपको बेबी सिटर की भी जरूरत नहीं है, और वो जब बच्चा कुछ देखेगा तो वो सीखेगा और हम अप्रिशिएट होंगे। तो बिजनेसेस को है टू कम फॉरवर्ड। हो सकता है आपके शोज को, आपके बिजनेसेस को इतना एक्सपोजर ना मिल रहा हो जो आप सोच रहे हैं कि बॉलीवुड शो से होता है, लेकिन जो आपको एक सेटिस्फेक्शन आएगी कि आप किस चीज में किसको आप आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, अपने देश को, अपने क्रिकेट को और अपने बच्चों को सिखा रहे हैं। क्योंकि वो जमाना चला गया जब हम लोग कहते थे कि खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब। ऐसा नहीं है। अभी तो हम सब जानते हैं क्रिकेट हैज कम टू ऑन अ वर्ल्ड लेवल और हम तो वर्ल्ड चैंपियन हैं। तो मेरा सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है बिजनेस होते आपका थोड़ा है बड़ा है, आप कैसे भी आके हमारी टीम्स को हेल्प कीजिए। और कम्युनिटी को बोलना चाहते हैं कि आप कोई भी मूवीज जाते हैं, शोज में जाते हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी ऑडियंस की तरह हमारी क्रिकेट फील्ड में भी आइए, साथ में पिकनिक करेंगे, बातें करेंगे और करेंगे आपस में जान पहचान। तो एक और चीज जो मुझे पूछनी है कि आपकी फैमिली सपोर्ट करती है या फिर क्या आपको सहना पड़ता है?
कितनी गालियां सबने खाई हैं, सब लोग आज हाथ खड़ा करते हैं।
mean, again, right? I mean, this is great support for families. I mean, it's just not for the players, right? If you look at the administrators and the volunteers, I mean, they put in countless hours. I mean, sometimes they had to work nights, burning the midnight light to get these initiatives take a true form and shape. I mean, yes, without the family's support and the friends network support, I mean, it's impossible. I mean, anything. I mean, one person or few people cannot do it without the support from their families, immediate families and extended families and friends. So, I mean, yes, their involvement is very crucial. And fortunately, we at Atlantic Cricket and other initiatives, me, Kiran, Shafiq, we have that support. I mean, that's the reason why we are here today and why we are able to advance this game and the initiative further.
सीमा जी की बात को मैं एक थोड़ा extend करना चाहूँगा on the family side of things. If we can find out ways to involve families, that will actually, that will be great for us, because then our wives not going to be asking us where the heck you are going on Saturdays or Sundays. Why are you not here? So if they themselves going to see like what we are doing and how happy we are, we can, we don't have to prove any point. So please try to involve our families as well and create occasions and for us to bring them, and then they can, have a good time.
And Sachin, I will say one thing in regards to the in family involvement. There is no question that there are sacrifices made by the family members, right? And unfortunately, in life, you can't really create meaningful impact without having sacrifices as part of the process. As far as family environment is concerned, I think what we need to really focus on is the infrastructure. So I'll give you an example, right? It's very difficult for any family members to come out and put a chair and watch that game for 3 hours or 4 hours and do nothing else, all right? It's just not best use of their time, right? The reason why it becomes important to look at the parks, facilities, and those kind of things, I'm gonna again use Shake Rag as an example, right? When families come to Shake Rag, guess what? There is a track there. People can run, right? There's a trail there that if people wanna go to trail, they can go and do that. There are good restrooms there. So, unfortunately, when we think about cricket fields, we think about as compact bathroom is going to do it. That's not going to work. We got female on this call, and that's just never going to work for the opposite gender. So I think having the appropriate infrastructure where kids can get involved. So in Shake Rag Park, if you've got a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, there's a playground there. So I think what we need to really think about, if we really want to get our family members and our young adults to come out with us, then we need to make sure the environment is conducive enough so they're not just coming out to watch us, they're coming out to enjoy themselves. And in the process, also have the opportunity to watch.
So just like Dhoni, एक ऐसा वर्ड है जिसपे हम लोग दिन रात भी अगर बात करें तो वो बंद नहीं हो सकता है. क्रिकेट पे हम लोग कितनी भी बात करें वो टाइम बहुत कम बचता है, लेकिन अब हम लोग थोड़ा सा और अपना, क्योंकि हम बहुत लाइटर मोड में आ गए, तो लेट्स प्ले अ रैपिड फायर गेम. बल्ली कह रही है इतना हॉट आदमी है, आप उसको कैप्टन कूल क्यों कहते हैं?
Because he makes others cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Sachin.
Haji. My question is, we all know that Dhoni is passionate about cricket. What is the other thing he's passionate about?
Motorbikes.
मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ. ये line how fit it for Dhoni?
It's a long story. I mean, I'm not sure if people must have seen that, but it's a very calculated, song he has put in. If you look that in that song, he shows all his, life stages picture along with the wording, where he says, okay, kuch aake chale gaye, and he shows Tendulkar, Kumble, everything. He says that kuch aur bhi aayenge, and he shows, all youngsters. And then this way he is a very fantastic way. And I like, that tweet when he put from 1929, consider me retired. And that's where he says that's the moment when he got run out against New Zealand in last World Cup. And after that, he has not played any international cricket. So he is a very, very, kind of a guy who knows every bit here and there. And that's where he is.
मेरा नेक्स्ट सवाल है कि फुल टाइम क्रिकेटर जर्नी स्टार्ट करने से पहले व्हाट वाज ही वर्किंग एज? इसका बोनस पॉइंट मिलेगा if you can tell me where he was working.
Ranchi, Jharkhand as a ticket checker.
That's correct, Saumil. Ticket checker is fine, but where
Kharagpur
is
railway station?
Exactly. So I think this is going to split. It's between Saumil and Charit.
That's wonderful.
Looks like Saumil has already answered all the questions.
Yeah, it's let's follow southern hospitality. Give it to Charit, you know.
I love the southern hospitality.
Thank you.
What shot he is known for?
Helicopter.
अरे वाह, चलिए आउट कर देना चाहिए था पहले. चरित आंसर नहीं करेंगे.
But one thing I want to add here for the helicopter shot. I mean, the thing is, people think that okay, we all seen him playing helicopter shot, okay, with the cricket ball, but he learned it playing tennis ball. He learned playing the cricket helicopter shot playing tennis cricket. I mean, that's what Atlanta Cricket League relevance to MS Dhoni and this show makes it much more relevant is because Atlanta Cricket League is a tennis ball cricket. So again, he played a lot of tennis ball cricket before he became a professional cricketer. So no cricket, no ball is a limitation for what you can become in life. So that's a great example of what MSD has become, starting from where he has started, from where he has ended his career.
His long hairstyle is inspired by one Bollywood actor. Now spill the beans.
John Abraham.
That's good. When John Abraham cut his hair, he also.
Okay, so what was the name of the movie made on his story? Untold Story.
I think it is an untold story, MS Dhoni. But yes.
Untold story है जिसके through वो सबको बता रहे हैं कि what is Dhoni all about. For you guys, Sunday को what do you choose? Cricket or play date with your son?
Oh my
Cricket.
God.
Cricket.
I would say with my son on a cricket field.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good answer.
Sachin trying to be diplomatic.
One question from my side also. अभी
Yes,
मुझे
please.
याद आया. CSK की टीम कितने years के लिए बैन थी for IPL?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. That's the first time I've seen the documentary called Roar. And that was all about CSK journey.
Right.
And I saw that, he literally cried.
Yeah.
Literally. And through that documentary, I saw like Chennai people, they adore Dhoni.
They adore Dhoni, right?
And
They
that
do.
just says like how united we are with cricket. He is from
Well,
Ranchi.
I
He
think-
has
I
no
think-
business in
Exactly,
Chennai.
exactly.
I think adore is a little these things. I think they worship Dhoni more than adore Dhoni.
Let's put that Tala Dhoni. What's that? Tala Dhoni? I don't know.
Tala is like head, right? Yeah. So
Talaiva types.
like yes. So head of these. I mean, head of anything is called Tala in Tamil. So that's what they consider.
I have a quick suggestion for all you guys. You guys are involved in cricket a lot. Irfan Pathan has suggested that a lot of senior players did not get their farewell match.
Oh yeah.
If somebody, the US Cricket Association, or the guys in Florida, or even you guys in Atlanta, can arrange for a match where all senior players or the players who did not get their last farewell match can play against the current team, or even the US team or the Atlanta team. If you guys can take some initiative over that would be wonderful, and a big tribute to all of them.
Yes.
So Jared, give us 3 years maximum when we have a very nice cricket ground with lights, turf wickets, and we will absolutely work on something of that nature.
Absolutely. And I know you guys are doing wonderful. I want to tell you one more story over here. There was a guy in Houston. I think his name was Tanveer Ahmed. He bought 90 acres of land, and in that land he made 10 cricket fields. I know you guys do you guys know about that?
Yes. So the Prairie View Complex, cricket complex, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Is a very large private land. Currently, they just 3-4 months ago, they made 3 turf fields They are in the process of making a fourth one. So the Prairie View Cricket Complex is going to become a destination stop for cricket in Houston. Similarly,
and Dallas too, because it's exactly in between Dallas and Houston. You know,
right? So Dallas has you have in Plano, you have Russell Creek.
I used to play over there
right?
in 2007.
So Russell Creek has 5 cricket fields in one facility. They don't have turf fields, but there is a new project that's going to be built in the Dallas area that is going to have turf wickets. So there's a lot that's coming up, but again, Tanvir and his board has put in the money, and that's all privately funded because they have the love for the game and build the infrastructure. Only a few people around the country can do that because it's not just about building the infrastructure, it's about maintaining the infrastructure, right? Yeah. So, but hopefully as we go forward, we'll have many more opportunities because as the infrastructure gets built, I'm confident to say that in this decade, which is the 2020 to 2030, we will have some sort of World Cup in USA.
That's
I'm confident.
Very interesting to know. Very nice to know.
That is going to happen because I think the infrastructure that has been developed, the USA Cricket Organization, the American Cricket Enterprises with minor league, major league, and all the other things that are going on, every one of us will be surrounded by infrastructure that will be very good infrastructure, not only for local play, but also for international play. So in the coming months and years, things will happen. The 2028 Olympics in LA will have cricket in there. Wow. Cricket was there one time, many years ago at the Paris Games, many years ago. It's been almost 100 years that cricket was part of the Olympics.
Guys, pretty soon we will be talking about Shafiq.
I don't know.
We all will be talking.
It will. I think the alignment, and I think Kiran had mentioned, and Ansh and others who are involved with a lot of the USA cricket activities know that sometimes it takes foundational work. You need the governing body to be the right body. If you look at who is the CEO of USA Cricket, Ian Higgins, who is the CEO of USA Cricket, he came from ICC. He was the head of operation. He was a COO, Chief Operating Officer for ICC, and took on the role of CEO for USA Cricket. So there are alignments in terms of the global goals. And I think, I don't remember who mentioned this, cricket needs USA more than USA needs cricket. And that is absolutely true, all right? But you have to have organizational alignment, you need to have infrastructure alignment, and you need to have the national team do well so that people can say, that's my national team. Mm-hmm. So I think in the coming years, things will happen. We hope to play a role in this process in Johns Creek in terms of the infrastructure and making sure that partnering with ACL, Future Tech and other organizations, because I don't believe things are done in isolation. I think we have an opportunity to bring all these brains together, bring all the know-how together, and make sure we have a vision. So I would not be surprised in the coming years, we will have a campaign, a fundraising campaign for a solid infrastructure in Atlanta. Yeah, this fundraising campaign, just like any college or university does fundraising campaign to raise $5 million, $10 million, whatever it is. I do envision us having in Metro Atlanta, bringing all the organizations together to have that kind of a campaign, because at the end of the day, if we don't think strategic and we don't take the necessary actions, time will pass by. And I think this is the opportunity for us to say, I was part of the journey.
Yes.
So we will try our best, Charit, to fulfill what you just said in a much broader fashion.
My best wishes with you guys.
I know before the things, I want to relate to this, the questions, what Sachin is asking. So something came up mind, what Atlanta Cricket League is doing for the people, because we just don't have cricket on the fields going on. We actually had to suspend our league for this year given the COVID situation. So it was Kiran's mastermind idea which came out, but we made it reality. So we have promoting, and in the next couple of weeks, I mean, we'll be playing in the next 4 weekends coming up, and we created something called Virtual League. So it's a trivia-based league. So it's about cricket. I mean, it's every cricket form and fashion we have under the sun is what is going to the theme. So it's going to be, again, the Zoom online. You can play it from your home with your team sitting around having a social hour or a drink or a coffee, a tea, whatever it is. So we are fortunate to have that league come forward, and we're taking a good shape. And in the next couple of days, the announcement will come out with the registration and everything. So there you go. You can just participate in the virtual league to continue your passion towards cricket.
Wow.
It's amazing, Anj and Kiran. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is like a great information. Even in these COVID environments, we can stay connected with cricket. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Sachin, I have a question. I know we were asking about questions related to MS Dhoni. I have a question that anyone can answer. Name the location in USA where there is an organized cricket library.
Florida.
Dallas.
Organized what? Professional?
Is a cricket library.
Library?
With the historic.
Wow.
The only place I can think of that is New York.
New Jersey.
I think Indianapolis.
Dallas.
So
Okay,
when you have a chance, you might want to look up C.C. Morris Cricket Library. It's on the campus of Haverford College. All right. And it has memorabilia from 1800s. To me, I think this proper library is the second biggest memorabilia collection after Lord's. So when you go to that library, you will see jackets. Because there was a time in Philadelphia where between 1840s and 1860s, there were 500 cricket clubs. So even if you go today, there are so-called golf clubs known as Germantown Cricket Club, Haverford Cricket Club, Marion Cricket Club. These golf courses still maintain the name cricket in there, all right? And the library is on the campus of Haverford College because C.C. Morris donated that land. He was just like Rockefeller, one of the individuals that had a lot of so-called wealth that he donated to the C.C. Haverford city. And the college has a cricket field on campus. And in his will, he wrote, the college will maintain this land so long as cricket is played there. So that is one place in Philadelphia. So if you are ever in the Philadelphia area, please go visit C.C. Morris Cricket Library. It's on the campus of Haverford College, and you will be surprised to see bats from 1800s.
Oh, wow.
I hope we can open up that in pretty soon as well.
We do have plans to open, I would say, not a library, but a museum.
Museum of some sort.
In Metro Atlanta in the coming years.
Awesome. Awesome, Shafiq.
तो चलो बिफ आप बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं और आपकी वाइफ एट द बैटिंग साइड, तो आप डर कर खेलते हैं या फिर डट के खेलेंगे?
Good question.
आंसर देने का कोई जवाब है क्या? जवाब भी हो सकता है क्या?
आपके वाइफ का बर्थडे एंड शी डोंट वांट यू टू गो फॉर द गेम.
Been there many times.
And we prevailed.
So, I think Seema ji, ये depend करता है कितने साल हो गए शादी को.
That's one factor, and kaun sa gift kharid raha hai, that's second aspect.
So on that will be a hit and run.
Preparedness, Seema ji, you got to prepare for it. It doesn't happen overnight. Tomorrow you cannot think, oh, tomorrow morning I got to do this. It is 2-3 weeks before. You got to build the platform. You got to, maintain. You got to buy the gifts. Got it, everything ready. Then it.
I think you can't do it in your. You can't do it in your first year anniversary, Kiran. I can tell you that because I had to miss that game, and I had to be. It was a first year anniversary, guys. Come on, we can take a break.
वीकेंड को आप घर से बाहर रहते हैं तो कभी आपको सुनने को मिलता है कि बड़ा दूरी बने फिरते हैं?
So let me, I mean, in the start I said I like, Dhoni's risk-taking capabilities. That's what I do every week. How am I going out on Sunday?
सीमा जी मैंने ये सुना है, वो कहती है बड़े धोनी बने फिरते हैं, चलो आओ बर्तन धो.
धो के जाओ.
आई एम रियली वेटिंग फॉर द डे जब आप लोग फील्ड में खेल रहे होंगे और मेरे रेडियो मैं वहां लेके जाऊंगी और उस रेडियो पे कमेंट्री चल रही है जैसी मैं इंडिया में सुनते थे ना, अब हम लोग कर सकते हैं। जब भी आपका गेम होगी तब मुझे बुला लेना।
It's all on
करेंगे।
It's all on a lighter side, but no, everyone on this call or whoever is playing will be agree that this cannot be happen without family support. So exactly. We say on a lighter side, but that's the hard fact, and that it means to I mean anyone, even
families
like Dhoni, it would have been possible without his family support.
Absolutely,
that's very much inbuilt, and there is no argument about that.
Yes. So Sachin.
But actually, I think we have reached the last segment of this wonderful journey, which we had over, I guess, couple of hours. We didn't even realize it, but it is 2 hours that we stayed connected, and we were talking about Dhoni, infrastructure in Atlanta, cricket infrastructure in Atlanta, our trivia, Baljeet's wonderful questions, Swati's involvement, Seema ji's, constant motivation for all of us to get together. So I would really like to thank our RJ panel for giving us this opportunity where we can express ourselves, because we have talked about it like, on the cricket field and on this, but I think with this medium is going to reach a lot more masses that would know about cricket now, and what Shafiq is doing, what Kiran is doing, what Anj is doing for the corporate sponsorship, what Somal is contributing to the cricket, and our RJs. Thank you again so much for giving us chance to express ourselves.
Thank you
Sachin for helping me moderating. सचिन की बहुत जरूरत थी क्योंकि ऑलराउंडर हमें हर फील्ड में चाहिए होते हैं.
Absolutely.
I told in the start, right, that India never win without Sachin, and we need Sachin here as well. So thank you, Sachin.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks to each and every one of you. It was really, really wonderful listening to all of you. And I'm really amazed. And, after moving here, I never knew, you guys have so much love, respect, dedication for cricket. So it's really commendable. Thank you so much and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you. बहुत मजा आया. And as Swati said, हमारा weekend बहुत अच्छा start हुआ है. And now let's get in the form. जिसको बर्तन मांगे वो बर्तन मांगेगा.
सीमा मैंने तो करा लिया बीच में बर्तन.
On the lighter note, guys, let's just say the show must go on and the game must go on. Thank you so much.
Dhoni, keep playing. We love you. आप अपनी इनिंग्स ऐसे ही खेलते रहे. बट ठीक है, जर्सी चेंज हुई है, लेकिन हमारा धोनी अभी भी वैसे ही है. Hot but Captain Cool as बल saying.
Mahiwe, our own Mahiwe.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the opportunity.
Have a great weekend.
Bye. All right. Thanks. Bye.
कुछ बातें होंगी, थोड़े फसाने होंगे, गीतों की सरगम लिए जज्बातों की शामियाने होंगी. आप सुनते रहिए आरजे नेहा के साथ रेडियो फन एफएम पर 17वीं जिंदगी की असल बातें.
आप पल दो पल के शायद नहीं है, आप हमारी जिंदगी में हमारे दिलों में छा चुके हैं और जिंदगी भर हम आपके कायल रहेंगे. चाहे वो आपकी स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप हो, चाहे वो हमारे बच्चों के लिए या हमारे लिए आप एक बहुत बड़ी इंस्पिरेशन है. आप हमें बहुत इंस्पायर करते हैं. और चाहे आप एज अ फादर, एज अ हस्बैंड, आप एज अ कम्युनिटी लीडर, एज अ क्रिकेट फैन, तो हम आपके हैं. क्या क्या कहें आपके बारे में. कहने को तो बहुत कुछ है, लेकिन शब्दों की सीमा ऐसी है कि मैं आपको क्या बताऊं. मेरे यहाँ पे शब्दों के साथ साथ समय की भी सीमा है. तो चलिए, हमारा टाइम हो गया है. मैं हूँ और हमें लेना पड़ेगा एक ब्रेक. मैं हूँ सीमा फ्रॉम रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड. सुनते रहिए, सुनाते रहिए, हमारे साथ गुनगुनाते रहिए. रेडियो एफएम बॉलीवुड, फन विद म्यूजिक. थैंक यू. हैव अ वेरी वेरी ब्लेस्ड वीकेंड एवरीबॉडी.
मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ, पल दो पल मेरी कहानी